Let's pick up the thread again. Your life is in a mess. You don't want to get out of it. There was another thing. It's in a mess because you've got wrong ideas. Not because there's anything wrong with you. You're okay. And I'm okay, you're okay. We're all okay. We're great. There's nothing wrong with us. They put wrong ideas into our head. Somebody did. We needn't spend too much time trying to catch the culprit. But anyway, the fact is you got wrong ideas. You know, it's like somebody gives you a stereo set and you get a manual of instructions that comes along with it. They gave us the manual of instructions. It was all wrong. So you're not getting music. You're getting scratchy sounds. You're getting upset. You're getting conflicts. You're getting loneliness. You're getting emptiness. Now, there are many ways of putting the formula. I'm going to give you the simplest I found. I'm going to give it to you in the words of old Buddha. Why did I choose him? Because his is the simplest of all. But you find it everywhere. It's the simplest of all. Enunciated with limpid clarity. You're probably going to disagree with it, but you can't miss the point. Here it is. The world is full of sorrow. The root of sorrow is attachment. The uprooting of sorrow means the uprooting, the dropping of attachments. You know, there are desires on whose fulfillment my happiness does not depend. You got lots of desires on whose fulfillment your happiness does not depend. Or else you'd be climbing walls, you'd be nervous wrecks. All of us have two types of desires. We got desires, you know, we desire all kinds of things, and gee, we're happy to get them. And we don't get them, okay, too bad. We're not unhappy. But we've got other desires. Good Lord, if we don't get that, we're going to be miserable. That's what he calls an attachment. Where do you think all conflicts come from? Attachments. Where do you think greed comes from? Attachments. Where do you think loneliness comes from? Attachments. Where do you think emptiness comes from? You got it, same cause. Where do you think fears come from? My, how clever you're becoming. Attachments. No attachment, no fear. Ever thought of that? No attachment, no fear. We're going to take your life. Go right ahead. No attachment to life. Happy to live. Happy to let go. You think that's possible? You know something? People have attained it. So it is possible. Want to attain it yourself? Attachment. Sorry, sir, you have AIDS. You only have 6 months to live. Just 6 months? Boy, that's a lot of time to live. That's wonderful. Happiness. Hey, this guy got no attachment. If you were not actively engaged in making yourself miserable, you would be happy. We were born happy. All life is shot through with happiness. Oh, there's pain. Of course there's pain. Who told you you can't be happy without pain? Come and meet a friend of mine who's dying of cancer, and she's happy in pain. So, we were born happy. We lost it. We were born with the gift of life. We lost it. We got to rediscover it. Why did we lose it? Because we were working actively. They taught us to work actively to make ourselves miserable. How did they do that? By teaching us to become attached. By teaching us to have desires so intense that we would refuse to be happy unless they were fulfilled. The tragedy is, my dears, the tragedy is that all you need to do is to sit down for 2 minutes and just watch how untrue it is that you would be unhappy without A or B or X or Y or whatever. Do you know something? You won't sit, because if you sit, you might see it. You won't sit and look at it. I know I wouldn't. I resisted it for years. You mean if I don't get Mary Jane or I don't get John, I won't be happy? Hey, wait a minute. That's false. Before I met him, I was happy. And you know something? I once fell in love with somebody, and then, well, I lost her. And I was heartbroken. And what happened? I'm all right now. So she wasn't my happiness after all. Remember the time you were a child and you lost something and you thought, I'll never be happy without this. What happened? If we gave it to you today, you wouldn't look at it. But why don't we learn? Oh, no, no. We got to live in illusions. It feels good. It gives you a kick, doesn't it? It gives me a kick. We want kicks. We don't want happiness. We want thrills. And wherever you got a thrill, you got an anxiety, because you might lose it, or you may not get it. And you got a depression following. You got a hangover. It's so simple, as I told you. I could put it down for you in 2 minutes. Whether you'll hear it is another question. That depends on your own heart. So here it is. The world is full of sorrow. The root of sorrow is attachment desire. The uprooting of sorrow is the dropping of attachment. How does one drop it? One only looks and sees that it is based on a false belief. The belief that without this, I cannot be happy. That's false. The moment you see it's false, you're free. Good luck to you. May take you 1 minute, may take you 25 years. But the day you see it, you're free. Does this mean dropping of attachments? Does it mean detachment from the material world? No. No. One uses the material world, one enjoys the material world, but one doesn't make one's happiness depend on the material world. Is that clear enough? Like, look, what I'm saying is, you really begin to enjoy things when you're unattached, because attachment brings anxiety. If you're anxious when you're holding on to something, you could hardly enjoy it. So what I'm offering you is not a withdrawal from enjoyment. It's a withdrawal from possessiveness, from anxiety, from tension, from depression at loss of something.